Hey there, and welcome to the Do Life Big podcast. This podcast is going to be your jam if you want to live to your full potential and don't believe in half-assing anything in your life. If we want to do life big, that means we've got to get out of our own way because we only have this one shot to make it awesome. I'm your host, Kathy, and I'm a mom of three whose BFF is cold brew, a retired school teacher turned online entrepreneur, and an author. I'm loud, bold, and will always keep it real. I'm determined to live my best freaking life possible, and I'm here to help you do the same. I'll be packing this podcast with tips, motivation, inspiration, and strategies to finally get you where you want to go. And we will have a ton of laughter along the way because, let's be honest, we can't ever take ourselves too seriously, right? I'm so excited you are here with me today. Now let's get this party started. Hey, my friend, how's it going today? You feeling good today? I hope so. And I'm glad that you're back here to listen to Do Life Big because today is going to be an awesome episode. And I was thinking of you as I put this together because I've been talking to a lot of people who have just been telling me about how they've lost their spark. They've lost their spark for this thing that they've been wanting to do or this thing that they've had on their heart for a long time. And I got something really good for you today. So make sure that you stick around to the very end because if you do, you're going to see some major transformation happen in your life. So let's talk about this here. We have these dreams, right? We have these dreams, we have these visions for how we want our life to look. Or maybe you thought your life would look like that now, but it doesn't. So then you end up getting discouraged and then you give up. And you just keep pushing that thing and that idea and that vision that you had for how you wanted it to look aside because now you've started to lose that belief and you just don't think it's possible anymore. Why do people even give up on their dreams anyways? Let's dive in here to this a little bit. When we were little, right, we have so much belief. We have so much energy and excitement and positivity, and we're optimistic about the future. And we believe that anything is freaking possible. We have so much belief. And now you're probably thinking, well, that's nice, Kathy. Who really cares about belief right now? What the heck does belief even have to do with me losing my spark or that little bit of joy? Who cares? Why does that matter? But guys, belief is freaking everything. Whether you believe that you can or can't, you're right. And there's this thing called the slight edge effect. Have you heard of this before? You probably have, but if not, this is something I learned a long time ago, almost 10 years ago now. And it basically means that you are either doing little things every day in your life that are moving you closer to where you want to go, or they're moving you further away from where you want to go. So they're either making you grow and become better, or they're making things in your life actually get worse because here's the part that's tough to hear. No one stays the same. No one stays in the same place. You're either getting better or you're getting worse slowly over time. Your belief in yourself is the foundation because if you don't have that belief in you, then it's going to be struggle bus city. Trust me, guys, I have been there, done that. I've overcome it many times, and we don't want struggle bus city. We all know what that feels like, and it totally sucks. But I want you to just think about what it would be like if you actually had that belief in yourself, the things that you do, the things that you'd go for, the new things that you'd try. If you had that belief in yourself, it's everything. It's how you become limitless. You ever see those people and you look at them and you're like, man, it just seems like they everything they do, it just always works out for them. It's because they've mastered this piece. They have that belief in themselves and all that they do. And that's what we want. That's what we all want. If we don't have belief in ourselves, then we can't expect anything in our lives to ever change. And when we were kids, think back to a time when you were super excited about something. You had all these awesome ideas. We're so imaginative and really creative when we're little. And we just believe and know that anything that we put our mind to can actually happen. It's 1000% going to happen. That's our attitude. That's our mindset when we're younger. And we go through our life like this. We love the challenge. We welcome the challenges into our life. We're totally up for it. We have an idea. Oh, awesome. That's going to happen. I'm going to make it happen. We write it down. We go after it. And we have this belief in ourselves as children and so much enthusiasm and energy around it. And then somewhere along the way, it gets tainted. and that fades. And we start to believe that those dreams and those hopes that we had were just pipe dreams and that they're not even realistic. They can't really happen. I can't really do this or that. It's a bunch of BS, guys. You totally 100% can. Maybe you've had somebody try to knock down your idea and tell you that it was ridiculous and that could never happen. It's just not possible. Don't listen. They're full of it too. My kids have their own slime business. It's actually called Surprise Slime. My son's 10, my daughter is 8, and they have this slime that my daughter makes because she's obsessed with slime. I swear to God, I have like slime stuck over every corner of this house. It's everywhere. It's okay. I know one day I'm going to miss it, right? So she's in charge of making the slime, all different crazy kinds of slime, glow in the dark, like foam slime, whatever kind of slime that you can think of, you can say it, and she has made it. So she's in charge of that. And then my son makes these 3D printed toys, and each slime has their own little surprise 3D toy in it. And they have already decided that the money that they're going to be earning from their business is going to be used to build a secret base in our house on a second floor that we don't have yet. And they literally have it all drawn out exactly what's going to be in it, what it's going to look like, all the details. Like they have these drawings about it. Like they, in their mind, know this is happening. Like there's no other way around it. This base is being built. It is going to happen. They 100% believe it is happening. And I really hope that it is. I really hope it does happen because I really need my own home gym upstairs. This is getting really old working out in my bedroom. Anyways, I digress. But where did that belief go that we had? We used to be just like that too. And we can get it back and we can have that same excitement again. That's the thing. You should get pumped right now because you can get it back again. You don't have to stay stuck like this, feeling like this in this way that you're in. We can change that. Hey, I'm here to help you do that. I'm here to help you do life big. But you got to work with me a little bit here. Think of a time when you were younger. Can you think back to maybe a time where you were so excited about something that you did, some idea that you had, maybe something that you really, really knew for sure that was going to happen? Think back to that. When was the time that you felt so excited and pumped up again? When was that time? And maybe it wasn't when you were younger. Maybe it was 10 years ago. Maybe it was 5 years ago. I don't know. Think of a time and then write it down. Write down that feel good time that you had. When was the last time that you felt that excitement and that inspiration? And jot it down. I mean, if you're driving, obviously you're not going to jot it down. Just keep it in your mind. And when you get home, jot it down or write it down on your phone and your little notepad. That is your motivation right there. And you need to have it written down. Because what I'm about to say to you now is probably going to be one of the most important things that you're going to hear me say today in this episode. This is going to be the most, by far, life transforming things that I am going to say during this episode today. And that is this. Your thoughts that you have, they create a feeling. They create you to feel some way. And then that feeling makes you take an action or not. And that action that you take produces the results that you see in your life. And what's really important about this, and this is the key right here, is that you are the one who gives yourself your thoughts. Not your circumstances around you, not your mom, not your brother, not your sister, not your friend, not your spouse. You are responsible for the thoughts that you put into your own mind. And they're either feel-good thoughts that make you feel great and awesome and like on cloud 9, right? They make you feel good. And when you feel great and you feel good, think about it. You are way more likely to then take the action to do the thing that you've been wanting to do to move you in the direction that you want to go. And when you take that action, you get the positive results that you're looking for in your life. And you feel like the bomb diggity bomb. You're like, damn, go me. I freaking did it, right? You're taking that inspired action. You're taking the action because you have that belief now in yourself because of the thoughts that you thought. And when you have that belief, you want to take the action and it excites you. But flip it around now. If you put negative thoughts into your mind that don't make you feel good, they make you feel discouraged and not worthy and incapable, then you're not going to take the action to get you closer to where you want to be, which is actually going to move you further from where you want to go. And it's going to give you a result that you don't want. It's going to give you the opposite of what you actually want. You're not going to get that life that you want to live, and you're not going to do the thing that you want to really do. You know that thing I'm talking about, that thing that you think about all the time. It's always in the back of your mind. It's in your mind when you lay down to go to sleep at night. So we have to be very careful with the thoughts that we tell ourselves. I hope that you actually jotted some of that down, because this right here was gold. Most people, especially as they age, they assign meaning in their life to the events that happen. And then these meanings drive their actions, and especially how we interpret our mistakes. This is huge right here. This is one of the biggest things right here. This is key. How do we interpret our mistakes and failures? We usually, a lot of people, make them mean something negative about ourselves. And it's simply just not true. And that's not how we want to be. The mistakes that we've made, the hurdles and the roadblocks that we've had in life, the failures that we had, those are all lessons there to teach us something. They're there to help you grow and develop into the person who you need to become in order to achieve the things that you want to achieve and live the life that you want to live. So you can go out there and then you can live that life that you've been dreaming about, that you have on the back of your mind. And you can go take those fearless actions and you can do the thing that you want to do that's been on your heart that you think about every single day. That's why that's there. So remember that. It's so important. When you hit a failure, it doesn't mean that you're a failure. It just means, oh, well, that was a flop. God, I've had a lot of those. That was a total flop. That one didn't work out. Okay, no big deal. And then you learn something from it. It was a lesson. With everything that has gone wrong and has not worked out the way that you had hoped it to work out, you can always look back and you can learn the lesson. And you need to go through these failures and work through them so that you can learn the lesson that you need to learn in order to keep growing. These life lessons, these failures, these roadblocks are way more critical than the successes that you're going to hit. If you want to get to those successes, you need to go through the failures first. But you can't make them mean something negative about yourself. You're only human. We all make mistakes. And you're not a failure as long as you keep on standing up and you keep going. So what I want you to do is I want you to kind of just think back to a time in your life where there was some kind of mistake that you made. Maybe something that you tried that just, I don't know, it just didn't work out. Maybe there's something that happened that you feel like you're a failure for, but you're not, obviously, right? Maybe you're thinking of that time right now, like, oh, I remember that. What a failure I was back then for that. It just didn't work out the way that you wanted it to. And this has been weighing on you. What is that thing right now that you have that has been weighing on you? It's still causing you stress and grief, and it's just heavy. And you need to let this go. You have got to let this go. And I'm here to tell you that you're letting it go right now. Okay, so you can kick that to the curb. We're going to let it go because you are not going to be able to grow if you don't let it go. It is impossible to continue to grow and become better and do better and live this awesome freaking life that you say that you want to live if you're holding on to something that makes you feel like crap and it's just nothing but a burden and a heavy weight on your chest. You can't have it both ways. You've got to release that thing that's been putting the weight on you. There's way too much weight and pressure and stress because you're holding on to something from the past that is not serving you. It's in the past. You have got to let it go and move on. It's not making you feel good. It's not doing anything to help you in any way, shape, or form. And we're here because we want to live our best freaking lives, right? We want to get that spark back. So we've got to let it go. You want to do life big with me, right? Well, you've got to let that go. And you're going to let it go right now. You're going to bless and release. It's in the past. We're not going to think about it anymore. So write down that one thing when you get home and you're someplace safe, not behind a wheel. Write down that one thing that you know you need to let go of and rip it up, throw it in the trash, make a freaking bonfire with it for all I care and have some s'mores and just burn it. Because we're moving forward, baby. We're getting that spark back. And it starts by doing those couple things that I just went over with you, and I know you can do it. So when you go ahead and you write that down, take a picture of it, put it on social media, tag me, at Catherine Reuter, KatherineReuter, so I can cheer you on, because you know what? The people who go through these and listen to these podcast episodes and then actually apply what they're learning to their life, those are the ones who are going to be doing life big. Those are the ones who are going to see their life truly change, because they're not just being a sponge, they're being a sponge, but then they're actually applying what they learned to their life and taking that action. And I know that's you, because you wouldn't be here listening to this if it weren't. So go ahead and get that done. And I actually put something together that is totally free that you're going to want to go snag. And it's the bomb. It is freaking gold. But I put together a free video mini course series to help you reignite your self-belief. So if you liked this podcast episode today, then you are going to be obsessed with Reignite Your Self-Belief, this free mini course that I created just for you. Go ahead to kathyreuter.com/reignite. So it's Kathyreuter.com/reignite. And you'll be able to snag that, and you'll be able to dive in, and you're going to keep growing, and you're going to keep on living that big life. And I'm super proud of you, and I really appreciate you spending your time here with me today. Keep crushing life. You know I love you, and I will see you the next time. Thanks so much for listening in. I really appreciate you choosing to spend your time here with me today. You totally rock. Hey, listen, if you loved today's episode, go ahead and tag me on social and go share this with a friend right now. Like, do it immediately before the day gets ahead of you and you totally forget. Couldn't be more pumped to be on this journey with you guys. Go make today awesome, and I will see you the next time.